Welcome to the Big Three Sportscast, where we talk about the big three sports. Well, not yet the big three, really. We're talking about big two. Tonight, we're going to talk about the MLB and NFL, the only two sports that are really going on. I'm going to say this about the NBA, though. NBA starts in less than a week, and it's going to be a good season. Just all I'm going to say. Not going to go into it.
Can't wait.
I can't either. You shut your mouth.
Yep, it's going to be great.
There you go. Way to hold it in. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to have good chances. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, MLB first, because something big happened that shocked the world. Dan actually had a percentage for me. I forget what day it was. Do you remember what day it was? They only had like a 0.1% chance or 1% chance?
So as of May 25th, they had a 0.1% chance of making it to the World Series.
And look where they are now. So
and I called it.
Yeah, shout out to Dan. He called it like 3 episodes ago.
That's what we could say.
Or
right here on the show, we called it. Nobody else could have called it.
Big facts. But
seriously, though, who actually would have?
Makes it worse because I'm not even a Nats fan. I'm a Yankees fan.
He really is. That's the funniest part. I've been a Nats fan ever since Nats came to Washington, and they're like the closest team to where I live. And basically last year we were very average. I think we were 500 or even we were 80 and 82 or 82 and 80. I don't know. Basically 500 team. Very average,
basically
very bad.
Not great.
And David Martinez was just hired. That was his first year. And then this year, Nats manager, if you don't know. And this year, we started out absolutely horrible. 19 and 31. So 12 games under 500, I think. Yeah, 12 games under 500. And people were actually calling for David Martinez to be fired because of how bad they were doing with the talent they had, given, the starting rotation, all the hitting, blah, blah, blah. Skip ahead from May 24th all the way to, what's today, October 17th, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and the Nats are in the World Series. Mind-boggling to think about because, like Dan said, they had a 0.1% chance on May 23rd to make the World Series. And there's like 90, again, they did a 99.9% all the way up to the World Series. What's crazy to me about it, though, is how close and how many times they came to having the same upsets they had in the playoffs in previous years, but this time it went in the opposite direction. So if you don't know about the Nats playoff history, every single year that they've been to the playoffs, which is I think 3 years now, maybe 4, every single year though, they have either come down to Game 5 or game. 1 year they went down and went out in Game 4. It was a rough year, but every other year was Game 5, usually 9th inning, and somebody on either team did something, usually against the Nats, to either they were either had to lead by a lot and they blew it in the 9th inning or the 8th inning. And like every single year they would just get this close and they could never get out of the NLDS. And it was stunning because of the talent they had. They had Harper for I think every single one. Maybe not the first time they went, but they had Harper for the other ones.
Basically had them.
And they had a great team, right? The talent-wise, they had an incredible team. Besides Patrick Corbin, they had the exact same pitching lineup they had, besides Anibal Sanchez. And every year, they had a great record. They would usually be NL East champions, and they would skip the wild card, go straight to the NLDS, and lose. And it was stunning to see it happen. And so to have this team that started out so bad, and people were calling for the manager's head, and then to barely make the wild card, barely beat the Brewers in the wild card. I don't remember what inning. It might have been the 8th or 9th inning that they won. And then barely get past the Dodgers going to Game 5 in L.A., which is apparently the best NL team that this year, which should have been the NL World Series holder, and then sweep the Cardinals out of nowhere. Was just kind of like...
the Cardinals was like the hardest thing because the Cardinals, like, literally, I don't have to watch baseball to where if I keep up with it's sports in general enough, I know the Cardinals are a postseason team.
Well, yeah, that's where they're supposed to be good. Exactly. The commentators are saying the exact same thing. The Cardinals always, if they get to the postseason, that's where they stun everybody, and they usually go on massive runs in the postseason. Now, last year didn't happen, but, it is what it is. But they beat the Braves. I mean, in Atlanta, they went and did the same thing the Nats did in LA and beat the Braves. And they killed the Braves in Atlanta. Like, they had that 10-run first inning, massive, huge first inning, And again, they only
Nats
scored.
kind of returned the favor.
Yeah, they did. The
game.
game 4, the Nats kind of got up 7 runs in the first as well. So it's kind of a little.
Honestly, if they didn't
irony.
do that,
No, if they did, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If the Nats didn't, like in game 4, the game they clinched it, and to clinch the World Series, they put up 7 runs in the first inning on the poor Cardinals starter. I guess he was a rookie. I didn't know much about him. It might have been a rookie that year, and he looked like it. And they put up 7 runs on this guy. And
well, no, it wasn't just 7. I think it was 5, and then they brought in Adam
right.
Two more.
Yeah, so
because I was keeping I just wanted to check the score during the middle of my class, and I was like, I looked at it, I was like, oh crap, it's 5-0.
Yeah, exactly. So like what I'm saying is, they just demolished the Cardinals in the first inning, putting up 7, and kind of returning the favor to what the Cardinals did to the Braves. And it was just from a Nats fan perspective, watching like everything you had wanted to see in every previous like playoff run all happen in like one single playoff run, and then not only get past that big hurdle of the NLDS, but then sweep the NLCS all the way to straight go to the World Series. It's just stunning from a fan.
I kind of feel bad for they always say like a playoff series. I hear it all the time because in hockey specifically, you don't like winning a series that quickly because you have too much downtime in between games sometimes.
Yeah.
Like in between like your last game of baseball would be the NLCS and then the World Series for your first game. It's like sometimes you don't like that downtime. Sometimes you like having only like 2 or 3 days off. The Nats are going to have like a week off because it's only 2-1 in the
the thing
ALCS.
is,
and they had a game get postponed.
Postponed today.
Did the game tonight get postponed?
No, it's at 8.
Okay.
No, not tonight, but yesterday.
Night. Yeah,
Okay.
yesterday was supposed to be the game, and now it's got to be tonight.
Right, and yeah, so again, the Nats are gonna have a very long wait to the World Series, which is kind of it's great that you sweep them, and that's all great and dandy, but then you have to like the hard transition between that and then waiting a week before you probably more.
Yeah, before you play
another game is really rough, especially when your offense had just gotten grooved,
they
going.
were hot.
They were like the last 2 games they played the Cardinals. They put up 8 runs the third game and 7 the next game. I mean, that's a hot offense, and they were rolling, and their pitching was rolling. The reason the Nats got to the World Series is because of their starting pitching. It was so damn dominant, and like I told you, Austin, I said the Nats, in order to beat the Cardinals, have to do it fast. They either have to do it in 5 or 4 games.
You did say that.
I said that because if they go to the bullpen, the Nats are going to lose. The Nats bullpen is probably still the worst in the MLB.
From what I saw, their starters went 6-7 innings, right?
Yeah, the Patrick Corbin had like a 5 inning. I think he only went 5, but besides him, everyone else went 7 innings at least.
I mean, Strasburg had the first game, right? Or was that Scherzer?
No, Anibal Sanchez played the first, and he did no hitter up until just last out before the 8th inning, and then Scherzer went the next game, and then Strasburg, and then Corbin. And but besides Patrick Corbin, who kind of let the game slip away in the 5th for some reason, everyone else went no hitter through the 7th pretty much. Besides,
I'm just saying this right now. It's like every single one of their starters actually got a win.
Yeah,
it didn't come down to a mid reliever or
they all got the win.
Closer coming in the closers got saves, but it's like it didn't come down to them having to it's a tie game. I had to make the save, but also we hit a home run to win it. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it was most of the games besides the 2 in St. Louis, even though those games weren't close, it wasn't like the Nats were only up 1 or 2 runs in the 9th. Most of the games were all blowouts, pretty much. And
no, it was 2-0 in the first,
okay.
3-1 in the second, but then it was 1-8 and 4-7. Which honestly, that 4-7, that game was still a blowout. I really care.
Yeah, exactly.
If you give up 7 in the first, you're getting blown out. If you come back and win that, you won off a miracle.
Yeah, that was a little worrisome when we kind of the Nats just started giving up a lot of runs. And then they didn't score the rest of the game after the first inning, which is very worrisome. But, it is what it is. They got
It's
there.
almost I'm just saying it this way because it's when you think about basketball, oh, that game was really close. You see the scoreboard, they only lost by 8. It's but they put their backups in the rest of the game.
Exactly. And, kind of to sum it all up real quick, the reason that it's so shocking to not just me and, Nats fans, but pretty much MLB people is that they would at least pick team besides the Rays to go to the World Series. And 2, there hasn't been a World Series in Washington, D.C. since 1933. And every time the Nats have even gotten to the playoffs, they'd never even gotten to the NLCS. That's why it was so shocking to not only did you get past the NLDS, not only did you get past the wild card, you sweep the NLCS, and now you're straight into the World Series that fast, beating out the Astros and the Yankees, either team. And that's kind of what's so shocking is how fast they did it and how little chance they had, and how like it's like one of those Cinderella teams in March Madness that just like that goes all the way to the Final Four and nobody expected it, right? Everyone's like, oh, they're getting swept easy, this is over. The Nats just go right through to the World Series just like that, and it's just stunning because it's like funny because every year we made the playoffs, we had NLCS, maybe even World Series predictions, and every year we get killed in the NLDS, and the one year we have no predictions, we make it to the World Series.
That's
exactly.
Just the way it goes
it's just sometimes the way it is. Exactly. So that's why it's so stunning to me.
Maybe it's like because people like teams get picked, like the pressure's on, like they can't perform. But like other teams that are like, oh, we got no pressure, bro. We just got to go out and play our game. Like
exactly.
No big deal. Like we're not supposed to go anywhere. Let's just go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all I wanted to say. Pretty much, I have no idea who's winning Astros Yankees. I would probably say
the favorite for both of the next games, because they're in New York, are
yeah. I would probably say it'll go 3. I think the Yankees probably win. I don't know, because I thought they were gonna win the third game and they didn't.
I gotta say, like, Houston.
Well, Luis Severino pitched really, really bad for us.
Yeah, he didn't have the best of games.
Well, you have Tanaka on the.
Yeah, we have Tanaka tonight, and he pitched great game 1, man.
Yeah, so I think you at least win 1, probably 2 that you have in Yankee Stadium. Do you have? It's 3-2 and then 1, right?
It's 2-3-2.
2-3-2. That's
how the system goes.
Right,
which is dumb, but
weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but exactly, that's weird. So you got 3 in Yankee Stadium, or 2 in Yankee Stadium left.
No, right? Yeah, you have 2 left.
2 left in Yankee Stadium.
The Yankees have to.
The Astros did go ahead.
Win, in my opinion.
Tonight and tomorrow night.
They gotta win both of these games.
I think the fact that the Astros took 1 in Yankee Stadium is worrisome, because that would be like, I would think the Yankees would get at least 3 during their stretch. I think this is a home and home series, like whoever is at home wins. But the fact that they took 1 at New York is kind of very interesting to me. It shows that they are definitely capable of beating the Yankees in New York. And not many teams are.
But we're also very capable of beating Houston. And Houston.
Yeah, I know.
New York took a game. New York took a game.
That's why I know. I thought this was going to be a home and home series, and right now it's kind of up in the air which team can win every game. So I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's 3 games in New York. We've already played 1. Astros took it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if the Astros take 2, if I'm the Yankees, that's when I get.
Yeah.
Because then you're playing seriously behind. Like, yeah, it's 3-2, but you're playing 2 games where your back is up against the wall.
So right now it's 2-1 Astros, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
the series. The game is just about to.
Okay, so there's 2 games tonight and tomorrow in Yankee Stadium. By the way, we're recording on Thursday. For anyone who asked why we're saying tonight.
Yeah.
There's tonight and tomorrow at New York, and the Yankees are down 1 game. So I think, like you were saying, I think they have to win these next 2 to have any chance. Because if they don't win these next 2, or tonight and tomorrow, then the Astros have all the momentum, in my opinion. If they lose tonight and then the Astros win tomorrow, that's even worse. I mean, that's worse than like winning tomorrow and losing tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I think the Yankees. It's just from what I know about sports. Like whenever you watch a game of anything.
Yeah.
Well, the team that they always say because I love hockey. We're not going to cover that because maybe later, maybe another time,
maybe during the playoffs.
Things are dead.
Yeah,
playoffs are great. But I'm saying the playoffs for hockey, they always talk in interviews. They're like, oh, we got to go get 1 from them, them. Like, yeah, we need to win our 2 at home, but 1 from them.
Yeah,
because the way hockey does their playoff is 2-2, 2-1.
Right.
Or NBA does it too.
It's no. It's 2-2, 1-1.
Yeah, which I think is better.
I don't know why. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I'm like, why is baseball doing 2-3-2? I mean, yeah, it negates a lot of travel.
Yeah.
But still, that's part of the game, so.
It just kind of makes it seem like the team that gets home field advantage doesn't really have home field advantage, because even if that team takes both at home, the other team has 3 games at home.
3 straight.
They can take over the actual record, which I think is really dumb. Like, if you're gonna do it like that, where you want 3 games at home for one team, do 3-3-1, and then have the home team have that last game at home.
Yeah,
that would be better than 2-3-2, in my opinion.
Because I agree with that, because I mean, I think if you think about it this way, you get, say I'm the Astros, I have 2 games at home, but then say I win those 2, but then it's like the Yankees are really good at home too. They get 3 straight. It's like, well, how in the like, yeah, I've got 2 games to come back. Like, why do I have home field advantage? I had the better record. Why do I have to go to their field and play that third? Like, say it's 2-2. Why should I not be able to go back to my place and play?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Sometimes
but again,
NHL,
this is how baseball works.
2 days off. Like,
True.
In between, like they're 1-1-1, they'll take 2 days off sometimes. It's not very often, but they will.
That is like I only follow the NHL playoffs if my team is in it. I don't really care that much if it's not, but I have heard that a little bit. But
it's like usually it's every other day, but sometimes they'll take those 2 days off. Just depends.
Oh, okay. Every sports playoffs is so weird how they work, especially with 7 games, and it really is annoying in that aspect because you have to learn different ways of doing it.
Yeah, I watched a video the other day. Pat McAfee talking about what's the greatest playoff to watch, and they're like, people were sleeping on baseball, which I agree with. People do sleep on baseball because
it's good in the last couple games. Great. It's good in the last few games of each series. I think it's great if you have a game that's close, like with that Nats Dodgers game 5. That was great.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome to watch.
People would love that, but it's like, I think NBA had like the least favorite just because everybody's like NBA's.
I mean, the NBA. Well,
I can get how people.
My opinion on it, but
you did that last week. I'm just gonna say I can understand how people think that, and but I mean,
we'll see how
we'll get into that when that starts.
Yeah, true.
We'll get because next week when we record, it should be starting.
Dan, so I wanted to ask you a question because, as you know, my team's in the World Series, and you and me have the potential to be facing each other in the World Series. If your Yankees pull it out, come back and take the lead, and then take over and go to a World Series, which you said you believe would happen because you said the Yankees would go. He
did pick the Yankees.
I want me and Dan to have our picks right now to who would win in that Yankees World Series.
How many games?
Yankees in 5.
Yankees in 5. That is fast. That is faster than you gave them to beat the Astros. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like though I'm completely not biased about this because when I watched baseball, I did not like either of these teams. So I'm gonna say this much: if the Yankees beat the brakes off your starters, you're done.
Oh, I know. Don't get me wrong. If the
2 home runs, I guarantee you they pull them.
Oh, if our starters can't pitch to the Yankees, we have nothing else to back us up. Basically, we have hitting, sure, but we only hit well if our starters pitch well. So,
true.
It's not like our starters can. I mean, they've carried us this far. Whether they can carry us after a week off, I don't know.
The AL is winning the World Series no matter who goes. If the Yankees go or if the Astros go.
They
are the better team.
Okay. So let's say this. You have the Yankees over the Nats in 5. If the Astros win, who do you have? Astros in 5 as well. So you don't. So you give the Nats one single game.
I give them the first game of the series, and then either the Yankees are taking 4 straight, or the Astros are taking 4 straight.
So you give them the first. Wait, you give them the first game. Why do you give them the first game though?
Because I don't know if it'll be in DC first, but they'll.
No, it's gonna
be in whatever AL.
No, because technically, who won the All-Star game? Because that's how
the AL
did,
did.
Which is stupid.
The AL won the All-Star game.
So therefore, they'll have home field. They'll have a home field advantage.
They'll have first 2 games. If the Nats, I'm gonna say this much: if the Nats take a game from AL in first 2, like if they take a game on the road, that's gonna be a series.
Like they did the same thing they did in LA. Basically, they took game 2 of the 5-game series, and then they took game 4, I think.
Now, even with baseball, it's like for the away team, for whoever the non-home field advantage team is.
Yeah.
It's almost even like that. That's saying that.
I feel like. Go ahead.
Take one game on the road, right? That's like
that's a big deal.
It's even more important at that point. If you take one game on the road and you win out at home, the series is over.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's huge. That's why taking both games in St. Louis. I mean, the Nats had every ability to win.
Oh, that was it.
I felt like there's. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but I almost felt like we were guaranteed to go because taking 2 in St. Louis, that was incredible.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think if like the Nats, like Dan has the Nats taking one in either in New York or in Texas, right? So, and if that happens, I give the Nats more than 5 games. I don't think they'll get like swept the rest of the series. I would think they win at least one at home, which would make it automatically 6 games. And I would give them, especially if they have like, is the World Series 2-3-1 as well?
2-3-2.
2-3-2. Sorry. Okay, so the World Series is that as well. Okay, so I would give the Nats at least 1 at home, maybe 2 if they're on if they had already won one of the games and they're on a streak or something and feeling it. But I'd even give them one more at away as well.
I think the Nats, if they want to win, just because of how dominant both of these AL teams are at home, like looking at their record.
Yeah.
They don't take one game on the road on the first 2 games.
Yeah.
They're not.
It'll be hard, that's for
done.
sure. Look, here's the thing that for both of these teams, it doesn't really matter which one because both of them hit extremely well. So it doesn't really matter who you pick in terms of hitting. But the Nats pitching has to carry them. That's just a fact. If they can't pitch to either team, then the series is over automatically. But they can't, in my opinion, because both teams have better bullpens than the Nats. They can't let the game series go too long. It's going to have to be, which I don't think they really have a choice in that matter. I think it is going to be a long series because that's the World Series. Most of the time it's pretty long. The Nats hitting probably isn't as good as either team's hitting in terms of like all throughout the order because the Yankees and Astros have like their entire order can hit pretty much. But if the Nats are on a roll and they're feeling it, they have, sometimes I think they even have better hitting than any team in the MLB. And so, I mean, I know the Yankees have really good hitting. I get it. And so did Astros. I get it. But if you've watched the Nats at all and they are, like, actually feeling it. And
it's like when they're on, they're on.
They are so on. Every single person seems to be able to hit on their team. It doesn't matter. Even the pitcher can sometimes hit.
I saw when I was also watching, like, when I was keeping up with the Gamecast, the pitcher was laying down sacks perfectly.
Oh, yeah. No, well, that's, again, in the end, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to sound stupid. In the World Series, they follow AL rules, right? The pitcher doesn't hit.
Yep.
No.
Or is that at home? Is it
whoever's at home?
Whoever's at home gets their rules. Okay, so then I don't know what will happen at that point, but I think when it comes down to it, you look at it and you say the Nats have their best thing is their pitching. Their bullpen is very weak past the first 2 players in their bullpen and their closer. Their hitting has to be good enough to compete with them in order for them to have a chance in that series. I don't give them a chance against either team. I think they still lose against both teams because they're just better teams in general. But I would not give. I make it at least 6 games. I wouldn't just do 5.
I'm gonna say that.
What's up?
For the Nats to win, they gotta win in 5.
Okay.
After the 5, it's over. If it gets back. If they are down 3-2 and it goes to Game 6,
they're done. Rough.
Period. No, they're done. Period.
Yeah, I would
don't
probably
see a scenario where they win.
Agree with that. I think the Yankees will be hungrier than the Astros will be.
No.
Well, the Astros won a World Series recently. Was it last year or the year before that?
Yeah, but you got a lot of new guys on. Even though it's like the same core, there's a lot of new guys who really.
I know, but like it seems to me, unless a team's just light years beyond everyone, like the Patriots and the Warriors have been, and like besides those 2 teams, unless they're like light years behind everyone in skill, it always seems to me the hungrier of the 2 teams, or more, the hungrier of the 2 teams tends to either start out better or at least win.
Well, if that's the case, then the Nationals will win.
Well, no, I meant in terms of Astros Yankees because I still don't think the Nats win in either way, but I think because of the Nats or because of the Astros and Yankees. I'll never count
out an underdog. I've seen, like when I watched hockey, when my team Pittsburgh was in finals against the Predators. Predators were the 8 seed. They were the only 8 seed to ever make it that far.
That's
and
crazy.
They got ripped. I won't even lie. They got ripped off. There should have been easily 7. And Penguins probably should have lost because there were a lot of blown calls.
Right. Well, that's in every game.
Well, I understand, but I'm saying like honestly, I think the Predators got ripped off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly, like, after I saw that, I saw Pittsburgh win. Yeah, I was happy because, whenever
of course.
Cool. But, like, man, I realized, like, after, I was like, oh, my God, we should have lost.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, so the Nats made it from the wild card. Can't count them out. They're there. They're there to play.
They're there. They earned it. It's just, did they play
see
anyone
how
of
they
the
play.
caliber of these two teams? The only teams that they played of the
LA's
same
the only
caliber
team-
was LA.
I mean, besides Kershaw.
Yeah, obviously, but
Kershaw choked.
Kershaw
But like
choked,
the
but he
rest of
always
that team
chokes.
is okay.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: Bellinger and Seager were like non-existent in that series, pretty much. Bellinger had 1 home run, and his game, I think the game 5, he went like 0 for 5.
So your
And-
pitching shut him down. In that.
So our pitching
Like,
shut
that's
him
what
down,
happened.
exactly, and Seager as well. But the problem, that's the closest team the Nats played in the playoffs to either caliber, Yankees or Astros. Now, obviously, they don't have to play both; they only have to play the Yankees or Astros, which is good for them. But I think because they had the experience of playing the Dodgers, they'll know how hard it is just to beat a team of that caliber. And I think it's going to be interesting. Although, depending on how long this Astros-Yankees the series goes, if it goes all the way to 7 or, the Astros sweep the next 2, I think the Astros and Yankees will be used to playing a team who has that good of hitting, right? And I think it'll be interesting to see if the Astros or the Yankees, whether they come out just absolutely swinging on the Nats because they've been playing a team who's just as good as each other, right? So, but the Nats have better. I think the Nats have a better 4 pitchers than either team, though. Which I honestly believe that Yankees or Astros, and I think that's going to be a key factor in the series.
I mean, I looked up your stats, and that's Garrett Cole, which means you see Garrett Cole a lot. So yeah, if the Astros make it, there's a game.
Right.
Because when they played the Pirates, he still smacked the shit out of them. Period. But I'm going to say this much, though. If the Nats have to wait, say the series goes 7,
Yeah.
don't be surprised. I'm not predicting because I don't think that series will go 7. I think it'll be 6.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if the Nats get swept. If
Oh,
that's
no,
the
look,
case.
no, here's the thing. I hate the fact they have to wait as long as they do. And I think we're going to come out because the Nats have had these streaks.
They're going to look like
And they're going to look
doo-doo.
awful, just as bad as the Cardinals did in like the last 2 games of the series. Because the Nats are a very streaky team this year. We at one point there was a 2-week stretch where we were smashing every team. Didn't matter who we played, smashing them by massive numbers. And then we got another week or 2 got killed, just absolutely couldn't hit a thing. And we're a very streaky team, and that's how we made it to the playoffs because we had enough good streaks happen that outweighed the bad ones. And I think because of that, it's going to highly affect whether or not we come out swinging or whether we look flat as hell. Because we'll eventually build up back to it, but will it be too late by the time we built up back to that? Will we have lost 3 already and the series is already over? Will it be second half of the first game and we're like, okay, we're back? I mean, it really, I think it just depends how fast the Nats realize, hey, it's the World freaking Series.
Time to show up, guys.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's kind of just the way I view it. I don't think they win. I haven't thought they'd win any series, so I've been wrong every single time. I predict it'll be the Yankees.
Keep predicting against them. It might happen.
That's the thing, though. Every time I predict towards them, every time I think they're gonna lose, they win, and yet I still don't think they have enough they have enough ability to beat them. Either team. I just don't see it happening. Now, I'm not saying that because I want them to win. Of course I want them to win. I just literally don't see how they could. Unless, again, some miracles happen.
You see more going wrong.
Exactly. I see the week off killing them. I see the hitting not being able to do a thing. I see the pitching not being substantially as amazing it has been against both teams. Incredible batting lineups. I don't see how it'd be really all that viable to pick them in the World Series. Maybe they could take it to a Game 7, and if they do, that's really bad for them. But again, what do they have to lose? They've made it this far. Everybody's going to be happy whether they win or not. It doesn't matter for the Washington fan base. They got this far. It's their first World Series. They have nothing to lose. And for teams who have nothing to lose, that's a big deal. The Astros have a lot to lose. They're supposed to win. The Yankees are supposed to be in the World Series like every other year, apparently, because they're the Yankees. So, both of those teams have a lot to lose. Big payrolls on both teams. The Nats do not have a huge payroll, and yet they're here. So, they have nothing to lose.
All right. So we won't make any true predictions. We'll let this round finish up before we make any.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe the Astros don't hit well, but their pitching carries them. We'll see.
Maybe.
You never know.
And Cole joins. Welcome, Cole.
Wow, you're late. Get out.
Get over it.
Get out.
Hey, calm down.
Get out!
Cole, real quick, because we're doing our.
Yeah, we are talking about.
Yeah, we were just.
First of all, Nats making it through already.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
they swept.
mentioned that. And then we want to get your opinion. Who do you believe wins, the Astros or the Yankees?
Probably the Astros.
All right, so you're picking against Dan. Dan has the Yankees, and then he has the Yankees in 5 against the Nats, but we won't make the official prediction on that yet. But
Yeah, like we'll wait for World Series because it should. I think the series should be over.
Actually,
From what I'm reading, the series should be over in like 3 days, but I don't know whether that's
that's
true or
if
not.
the Astros win like the next 2, right?
No. They're saying if it goes to Game 7, it'll be played on October 20th.
Oh, they're trying to get it done fast, is what they're saying.
Yeah, they're trying to
Okay.
like honestly like go back to back to back to back, which I think.
That's kind of dumb. That's not really fair.
Whatever.
To them, but whatever. The Nats have to wait too. So,
Yeah. So
All right, go on. I think we're about to
Well-
talk about the NFL, right?
yeah, we're about to jump on over. We're actually going to look back at our picks from last week.
So I have all of them
I
written
got
down
some
that we
right,
did.
but there's some others I'm like, I don't know if I got that right.
So
I can't really remember my picks.
I'll do each game in review and show.
We'll go down the list. I'll just read down the list and you say who got it right.
All right.
That's what we'll do. All right. So the Panthers Bucks game.
Panthers
won.
Yes, they did, and we all picked Carolina to win that.
I mean, we also picked the Patriots that game. I'm pretty sure, so we'll count that one too.
Yes, we did.
The Redskins Dolphins. I think you said we all picked the Redskins, right?
All 3 picked the Redskins, exactly.
All right. Here's the interesting one. Pretty sure I got this one wrong. The Eagles Viking.
Actually, all of us picked the Eagles on that one.
Cool. We all got it wrong. We're 2-1, boys. Good job.
Yep, that was a really unfortunate game to witness. I cannot believe that Kirk Cousins went Super Saiyan mode.
Remember what we were talking? You remember what we were talking about in the Discord the other night?
No, I don't. I actually don't.
The
Yes.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
Right.
But the Texans Chiefs.
Okay, so on this one it was different. I picked the Texans and you 2 picked the Chiefs, so I take the lead on that one.
Oh, funny. All right,
Um,
Saints Jags. Pretty sure we all
3
had the
picked the
Saints.
Saints.
If only someone cared.
If only someone
If only
cared.
some-
1 point
All
for
right,
Ryan.
the Seahawks Browns.
All of us picked the Seahawks.
Ravens Bengals.
Barely beat the Browns, by the way. All of us picked the Ravens as well.
Niners Rams.
I and Austin picked the Niners. Cole picked the losing team in the Rams.
I don't want
All
to
right.
talk about it.
I just want to say Cole beat me in fantasy last week, but it was really close.
Yes, I did.
That was
Just barely.
that was a sad day for Austin right there.
Actually, I really don't care.
And Dan finally got his first win.
He stomped your dad.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't
Well,
even
my
a
dad.
game.
We'll talk about my dad off podcast. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, Dan ruined your team. All right, who picked the Falcons?
All
Cardinals.
of us picked the Falcons.
Really?
Yep.
Dang it. All right, Cowboys Jets.
Did the Cardinals win that game, by the way? I think they did.
Yeah, the Cardinals won by 1.
That's a shocker. The Falcons season is over
Yeah,
by
they're
far.
not
That
in
what a terrible loss.
Exactly. So just focus on getting Julio and Calvin touchdowns.
This next one is interesting though. This is sad.
Cowboys Jets.
I don't know what the hell happened to Dak Prescott. What? Do they have a coach? Like, is Jason
No.
Garrett exist? Hello? Every
we'll
other
talk-
coach in the okay, we'll talk about
the
that later.
di- we'll talk
All of
about
us picked the
division.
Cowboys. Yes, all of us picked the Cowboys.
Well, okay, that seems pretty normal. All right, the Broncos Titans.
So me and Cole picked the Titans, and Austin picked the Broncos, and I believe the Broncos won, right?
They did. They won 16 to nothing.
Austin takes up. Cole, you have literally not won one of these.
I know.
It feels bad.
I mean, I feel like the Titans weren't a terrible pick. The
No,
Broncos.
it was
good.
it was a close
I just-
game, right? It was like 14-7 or something.
No, it was 16 nothing.
Oh, damn! I thought the Broncos
the
had a
thing
chance
is-
to come back at the end. Maybe, or the Titans
The
had a chance to
Titans?
come. Yeah, because they put
I mean, they
Tannehill.
they
It
probably
was so
did.
bad they put Tannehill in. That's what happened.
did
That's
hear
what I
about that.
remember. Because
Man.
Mariota threw 2 interceptions, and Tannehill's now starting the rest of the year. That's how bad the Titans
Mariota
are.
can't do anything.
I know it's pathetic, but you know. It is
All
what it
right,
is.
so second to last, the Steelers Chargers.
Steelers Chargers. Well, I picked the Steelers.
I
and
know I didn't
You
pick the
two
Steelers.
picked the Chargers in a massive blowout, or it was a massive
It was
blowout.
only, they only lost
Okay,
by
but for 3 quarters they were down
For
3
3 quarters,
touchdowns,
yeah,
so
it was a
a massive blowout for 3 quarters. But shout
was
out
really-
to Devlin Hodges, by the way. Way to be
Yeah,
a
the
game
Duck
manager, Duck
The
Man
Duck
with their
Man.
game managing the clock. Let's go, boy. What a
All
good
right,
pick.
and then the Packers Lions. Did we pick the Packers? Please, someone. Packers.
Austin and Cole picked the Packers. I took the unfortunate BS, by the way. Picking Can I just say, talk about the luckiest ref ball win in history. Okay?
This is true.
The Packers got Gavin a win. Literally, it was handed to him on a platter and said, "Here, take it." 5-1 by pure ref. That's it. That's all I want to say. I would be 3-1 this week on picks.
I get it.
All right, what stupid thing did Ryan say?
Oh my god! We were talking about the Lions-Packers game. You two picked the
Oh
Packers.
man, that was a great game.
What a ref ball! Are you
God,
kidding
that was
me?
a great game.
He said straight up, "That's rep ball, 100%."
I mean, did you guys see that hands to the face call twice? I swear I saw it.
You mean those two phantom calls that
They showed it on TV, but I must be blind or something because I swear I saw him touch his shoulder pads. But maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
maybe
I don't know.
I also saw the Packers intercept the Hail Mary. I also saw an Arizona Cardinals player grab Aaron Rodgers' face mask in a NFC Championship game. But
are you gonna go through all the
those
crap?
calls don't matter.
Are you gonna go through all the problems the
weren't
Packers
really
have
big
had?
calls at that point when that happened.
Is this your way of saying
When
the
was
Packers?
playoffs? We lost the game because of one of those.
Is this your way of saying the
Actually, we lost
Packers
the game
should
because
have
of both of
won?
those.
Is this your way of saying the Packers should have won because they needed they were due a call or two? Is that really how you're gonna justify
I really
it?
didn't even see any bad calls that game, and they missed a couple for the Packers too.
I mean, I'm not lying. They did miss a couple for the Packers.
all around the league right now.
Yeah,
Like,
the refs are awful right now.
that's
Horrible.
too much to even. I don't even
But
want to talk
that's
about
a
that. They're talking about
whole
that all
other
the time.
topic. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to talk about
Also, by the way, just for the record, last week we picked this Thursday night game, which is currently happening right now as we speak, and all three of us
hasn't
picked
started yet.
Yeah, all three. Oh, sorry. Okay, whatever. It's about to start. All three of us
it is
picked
about
the
to start.
Chiefs. However, I want to change my pick. No,
no.
I'm not allowed to change.
No.
What?
Game hasn't
We
started
picked
yet.
it
He can
last week.
change.
The game hasn't
Okay,
started.
let him-
I think the Broncos win this game. The Chiefs.
don't.
The Chiefs.
I don't think they lose
The
in a row.
Chiefs' defense
You're wrong.
and their running game look abysmal, and that Denver defense is good, and they're gonna have a hard time throwing on it.
No, you did not just say that.
The Denver defense. Look, they may have lost, but they beat the first of all they beat the Titans, and granted the Titans are terrible, but the Broncos' pass defense is really really good. It is. Whether you want to admit it or not, it actually is good by stats alone. And the Chiefs
Alright, well,
only can pass.
You
Their
can't change it
defense
back
is
because the
terrible.
game just started. You picked the Broncos.
Yes, I did. I'm locking that in.
the game. Start. Haha.
So
All right, cool.
Dan,
And
do you have a
team
pick
that
for
I
the
have
Chiefs?
on-
Wait, let's get Dan in here. Dan, do you have a pick for the Chiefs Broncos?
I have to go with the Chiefs.
All right.
I
I
truly
don't
think they're
like.
the
I
better.
really don't see how they lose 3 weeks in a row.
I don't either, but if they were going to do it, it'd be to a team with a good defense.
Who on the Broncos is stopping Tyreek Hill? Who? Tell me who.
I don't know the Broncos secondary. Okay, I just know they're good. That's all I know. I don't know who it is. I just know.
I don't know that. They
and
were like
Mahomes
1-4
is hurt.
to start the
Mahomes is
season.
hurt. I mean, he's
don't
playing, but
care.
he's hurt. He's not playing at his optimum. You know, I don't.
What's hurt? What did he
He
hurt?
has a he has
something.
he has
Oh,
had
he's just
a
gonna
high.
stay in the pocket. He's not gonna be able to
I know
run.
that's his thing though. His thing is running around. That's how he's so good.
Maybe.
And the Chiefs are gonna have a hard time throwing the ball, I think. And they
Wow.
can't
Yo,
run, by the way.
The Broncos have the 25th rated offense in the NFL.
Yeah, their offense is terrible. I get it, but
No,
they
no.
have a good defense, and that's what matters.
I want to say this much.
And it's in Denver too, so I think the Chiefs are gonna have
Don't
struggle.
care.
He's like, I
Yeah, I
have to.
don't care. So, by the way, just to recap the scores for the last week, not including
I
tonight's
picked
game.
the Chargers. I wasn't listening.
I went 2-2. I had 2 wins, two wrong picks. Cole went 0 for 3. Cole went 1 for 3, and
I got the
Austin went 1 for
Packers.
3. Yes, I know that's your one win. And then Austin went 1 for 3 as well.
What?
I was recapping the last week's scores of how we did.
Why don't you just do all of them?
Yeah, you should honestly just go all.
Because
of
Don't
them.
three-
don't just count the ones where we differed. You gotta count the ones where everyone
That's
said the
gonna
same
take a
thing
while.
too, because it
I
just
agree
makes
with
it
that.
easier to understand.
Yeah, that's what threw me off.
Okay. But I don't know that off the top of my head.
Well, you can do it later. We won't talk about that.
How hard is it for you to count? The simplest things you just take forever to do.
Really? You want to do this now? We'll have the scores in the description below. How about that? In case
That's
anyone
fair.
wants to look it up.
So I want to talk now. I heard something. I mean, not even really talk about something. I mean, the Cowboys. Okay, so 3 things. 1, Cowboys need a coordinator, head coach change.
Yeah. That's Um,
Did y'all see the GoFundMe page for that though?
Yeah, I did.
thought
I was gonna
there
get
were
to
so
that.
many memes
It
about
was
this.
so funny.
Oh my god.
There's a
Well,
GoFundMe
you know what?
page for $3 million
Jesus
paying off
Christ.
Jason Garrett
Jason
just so they can Jerry Jones will fire him.
Dan, you're a Cowboys fan. I gotta ask you straight up. What do you
Dan
want?
straight up says get rid of him. I've asked him several times.
What is your honest opinion of what is going on with the Cowboys? 3 losses in a row. First
Coaching
time they
and
lost to an
quarterback
undefeated
play.
team. Coaching and quarterback play. Okay, so
Dan
you're not gonna
tells
blame
you
it on the
how
run.
it is. Dan does not goof
Now
off.
you have to say
I
this
am
though.
not a Dak Prescott fan.
I know.
He's
You have to say
straight up
this though. Your
pathetic.
defense in the first 3 quarters was abysmal.
Yes.
It was bad against a Jets team who was one of the worst in the league at 0-4. Now 1-5 or 1-4 now.
I don't want to talk.
Don't want to talk. I mean, I understand that, but okay. If you could tell Jerry Jones exactly what to do, what would you tell him to do?
Fire Jason Garrett and cut Dak Prescott.
Cut.
Would you
Dak
say cut him or
Prescott.
trade him?
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
'Cause
you could
something
easily
out of
get
him.
something for Dak Prescott.
I mean, if we could trade him,
Well,
him. but
who do you
I
want to
don't-
put? Who's your backup? You don't have anyone, do you?
No. You know what they do? Do you know
What?
what? Do you want to know what they do?
What is
Drop and get the first overall pick and draft Jake Fromm.
it? You can't get the
No.
first overall pick. There are 2 teams who are still haven't
Jake
won
Fromm.
a game.
You want Jake Fromm.
Yes,
And Jake-
over Tua.
Over Tua. Wow. Oh, you want him over Trevor Williams as well?
Yep.
Okay. And he
You know what-
just
you know what
lost
the
to South
Cowboys do?
Carolina, by the way.
Do you want to know what the Cowboys do 100%?
All right, go ahead, Austin.
So there was a rumor. It was only a rumor. It's not actually true. But the rumor was Cam Newton up on the trade block.
Really, I hadn't heard that one.
That was only a rumor. It was
I mean, it makes sense with the way
total,
Kyle
it was total
Allen's been playing.
speculation. Yeah, they were like it was like total speculation. Like it was
Yeah.
never actually going to happen.
Yeah.
But like for like solid like 45 minutes during the day when I looked at my phone,
45
I was like,
minutes.
it was not that long. They were like, just
Yeah.
kidding. It was confirmed they're not actually. But
So-
they're like, what? They're like, then it just started a bunch of like, what ifs?
Yeah,
What if the Cowboys traded
had a
Dak,
legitimate
like, one for
quarterback.
one for one, Dak Prescott for Cam Newton? Is that team instantly better?
I mean, right now Cam Newton's still healing.
No,
so...
no. If he's
if he's at
better-
full strength, okay.
Yeah, if he once he comes back, if they
Right.
traded one for one,
I mean,
As long
yeah,
as we have a
yeah.
better coach.
But here's the thing, though. I think the Dallas's biggest problem is Jason Garrett doesn't seem to be involved with. If he's involved with anything at all, he sure as hell doesn't show it. And his
Oh, I agree with
decision-making
that.
skills are some of the worst in history. Like not taking that field goal in the second quarter and instead
Oh,
trying on a
killed them.
4th down.
he'll
You would have won the game if you would kick the field goal, easily. Because then you only lost by 2 points total, and you came back and you wouldn't have had to go for 2, and you wouldn't have dropped the ball in the end zone. Now, whether or not there was a penalty, who the hell cares? You still dropped the ball.
No, dude,
It
that
didn't
ball
matter.
was like that ball was thrown. So
I know.
low.
What I'm saying is you
was
would
not
have
fast
been,
enough.
you wouldn't have had to go for 2 because you would have gone for the extra point to tie the game. So, the decision making process. I'm not sure if Jason Garrett's an analytical coach. He's been around, I think, 10 years now for the Cowboys.
A
And
decade.
I'm not sure. I doubt he's an analytical coach, but their offensive coordinator is actually good. Like Kellen Moore is legitimately a good
that
coach.
poor guy.
And I honestly think he should be the head coach of the Cowboys because he does good play calls. I mean, the first 2 quarters were awful, but I don't think that was his fault. I think that's mainly the O-line is injured on the Cowboys, and that's a lot of people on the O-line that's injured.
They do have their two like their
Their
what
two
is it,
top
two
like
linemen?
O-linemen are out right now, which is not good for them as well. But I think that's also killing their offensive production in the first half. If they're the
Yeah.
best third quarter team by far, they have scored the most points in the third quarter, but they're the worst first half team in the league right now, which is very kind of shocking. It takes them a whole half to get like good.
to get going.
Exactly. So I don't know.
You
If I was,
also don't get-
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was like, you also get Zeke who gets 100. Like he's carrying the ball 100 yards a game. I mean, granted, it's taking a little bit, but
Yeah,
because
it
you don't have
takes
an
him like
offensive
all
line.
4 quarters, but yeah, he gets there.
But that's just because they don't give him the ball.
Yeah, they do a lot more pass. But see, that's the reason they did so many pass plays because they were down 3 touchdowns. They had to. They were down
They
3 touchdowns.
They try and change their game plan. Like against Green Bay, didn't they decide to throw the ball the whole game?
Yeah, well, they were also trailing that massively throughout that game as well in the
but
second
it's
half.
because like Dak had a really bad game.
Well, yeah,
And then
he threw
people
like
are,
3
people
picks.
are saying it's all Dak, like it's Dak's fault, which to an extent he gets.
2
the
of those
blame.
picks were not his fault. One of them was. And
It's still 1 pick too many.
1 pick too many, exactly.
Sorry, 3 picks too many.
He threw 3 picks, 2 of which were the receiver's fault for not being either in the right place or for bobbling it and then letting it go behind them. And one of them, he actually just threw it horrible pass. That was his fault.
But that's my point, though. You can't be like throwing the ball. Like, doesn't Green Bay have a decent pass defense?
Their pass defense is great. Their run defense is terrible. So I was stunned they didn't run the ball.
Where's the game plan for Zeke,
I have
dude?
no clue. That was what was so stunning in the first half. They were not running the ball. And I think they just
Broncos
figured
scored.
the Broncos
Did they
just
really?
scored. I told you. Look, their
Oh my
run
gosh, they
defense. Exactly, I'm telling you, the Chiefs'
I'm
defense
changing
is
my
terrible.
pick.
And
I'm just
shut up. I changed mine before the game started. The run defense of the Packers is awful, and yet they didn't utilize Ezekiel Elliott enough at all. And then they come against the Jets, who have, by the way, not a good defense. It's not like they're anything special. Their offense was abysmal, but that's mainly because Sam Darnold was out with mono for like 3 weeks. So you can't really blame them for that. But they
actually
were
doesn't look too bad,
destroying
though.
the Cowboys defense. Like, he looked like Tom Brady. It was so, like, it was awful.
They made him look like MVP.
It was the weirdest thing. The defense was supposed to be like the mainstay of the Cowboys this year. Their defense was so much better, which allowed their offense to
Their
do
defense
whatever
is
they
hurt,
want.
though. I'll give them. I'm not going to give them a
Yeah,
slide.
okay, but
or a
still,
pass,
it's
but I know
the
their
Jets.
defense is hurt.
Who the hell did
Yeah,
the
you should
Jets
still be
have?
able to win. That's
The
right.
best receiver the Jets have is Robbie Anderson. That's their number 1 receiver.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
That's terrible. Their quarterback is Sam Darnold. Now they have Le'Veon Bell, but he can only do so much, and he didn't even do that much.
He should have done more.
Exactly. He should have done more.
He's got to do everything.
Like, exactly. That's my point. Is like, they took this Cowboys defense and showed them up. Imagine if Sam Darnold could do that and Aaron Rodgers could do that. Imagine the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, what he's going to do to them.
Imagine what a hurt Patrick
a hurt Patrick. What an incredible offense! Like, look what the Falcons maybe their defense is horrible. The Falcons are a whole nother story. But the Falcons have a great offense. The Cowboys have. Dan's right. Their number 1 issue is coaching, but I don't necessarily think Dak's a bad quarterback. I think he just takes too long to get started
I think
in
he's
games.
An average quarterback.
Look, he was what, a 6th-round
You're
pick
not going. You're
or 5th, 4th or 5th. Okay, so he's a 5th-round pick. So for a 5th-round pick, he's not doing bad. He just takes too long in a game to realize I have to step up and do shit.
Broncos just went for 2 and did not get it.
Yankees
Dumb.
have.
Wow.
Yankees have.
Dak was a
baseball
4th round
two
pick,
outs.
by the way.
Okay, so he was a 4th-round pick. So he's not like he's a top tier. Like, okay, he's not Jared Goff. He's not Cam Newton. He's definitely not Patrick Mahomes. He's not some 1st-round draft pick
he's
that
not
put
transcendent.
Kyler Murray. He's not going to carry your team. But
Bases loaded, Dan.
Yeah, no, I'm watching the game right now.
But like with Dak, especially, you put tools around him. His incredible O-line, his amazing running back, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, all these tools, that defense that you put around him, and you are losing to the fucking Jets.
Yeah, right.
Like,
That
it
should've
doesn't
been
make
their game to
sense.
win, or
The
lose.
there has to be something deeper. All the 3 teams you beat were awful. Are awful teams. The 3 teams
Yes.
in the first 3 games you beat
Agreed.
are all bad teams. And now you play 3. Besides the Jets,
I wanna point
legitimate
this out.
teams, and you lose to all 3 of them.
I want to point this out real quick.
What's that?
That was a Giants team led by Eli Manning.
Oh yeah, true. I would actually be very interested to see.
We're gonna get into
Yeah,
in a
we'll get
little
into
bit.
that. Yeah, I'll save that for later. That's true. I would. I know Dan doesn't want to talk about it because he's mad at the Cowboys, but I don't think
I'm not.
deleting. Shut up, Cole. You didn't even say anything. I don't think just saying trading Dak is your answer. He did do a lot of errors, and he has a lot of learning about where his receivers should be and where the routes have to go. But I think your coach, I would 100% agree Garrett has to go. Or you have to promote him. I think your offensive coordinator, who's actually good at coaching, promote him and either change Jason Garrett to strictly defense or just
Nah,
fire
bro,
him.
get rid of him. Just period.
I just think he's
gotta go.
been there too long and done too little with teams that are so well designed for him.
Oh yeah, no, those were like, I want to say this much. If you put I'm not even
Bring
saying
Tony
like,
Romo back.
Oh Jesus Christ! You're
I'm not even
Please
saying
do
that, dude. I'm
that.
saying if you
Please
had,
Shut.
do
Nobody. Well, actually, everybody wants
Please do
that.
that.
Make the Cowboys the worst team in the NFL. That would be the
yo,
best.
I'm just saying it wasn't Romo's fault they were actually that bad. I'm gonna point that out.
I mean, not entirely his fault. He walks like a giant stick, though.
I
They
know
start
that's
running
true.
the ball 65 times a game if they brought Romo back.
Holy crap! I mean, look. I think the thing is, as long as Jason Garrett's the head coach, they will never have a strict game plan, a set game plan, and they will never stick to it because he will always force their quarterback to throw the ball. He is a flashy head coach who wants to do the flashy plays. That's why they went for it on 4th down. That's why they throw so much when they don't need to. And he wants the quarterback to
They
look
just mess
good.
up.
He wants the receivers to look good. He doesn't give a fuck about the run game. And that's why they lose so much.
Austin, did you just see that Zach Greinke just walked, bases loaded, so the Yankees?
No,
are up,
I'm
you
not
know?
like I'm not. I just had a game cast up. I'm not actually watching the game.
I mean, just to
He
like
threw
put a
4
pin in
straight
it.
balls to the third or to the second batter.
Doesn't Zach Greinke already have a loss in that series?
No, he
Greinke
has
is-
not thrown.
Is Greinke pitching tonight?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're gonna
Oh,
lose.
okay. That's
Greinke's
rough
a
for the
former
Astros. They
Dodger.
lost the first game when he pitched, I believe. But I would just wrap it up like this. I don't think the Cowboys are gonna get anywhere, especially in the playoffs with Garrett as the head coach for sure. I think Dak has legitimate talent. We've seen it.
Yeah,
I think
Greinke
he
lost the
over-
first game, Dan.
I think he over tries a lot.
Yeah.
Tries to
Let's
do
see.
too much at least.
Well, so here kind of comes up with my next thing. Granted, the Giants still look like garbage, but I'm gonna say this right now:
Yeah.
Saquon comes back.
He'll be back this week. That's confirmed.
Yeah, no. Dan, you need to train me Saquon right now. Letting you-
You gonna give him, what are you gonna give me for him?
I'll give you both my Detroit Lions players after this.
Both my Detroit Lions players.
I don't even know who they are. You can just have them.
I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
Knox wants Melvin Gordon pretty bad.
Oh,
Yeah, he'd be willing to give up a
Knox
lot
doesn't
for
know what
Melvin.
he's doing right now because he's not in a playoff spot. I am. Give me.
Ooh,
True.
that's shady.
Ooh, shots are being fired.
That's not.
I'm gonna
nice.
lose.
He's not even here to defend himself either. That's
I
rough,
think I'm
man.
gonna lose. I'm just gonna say.
You're gonna lose to him? Ooh.
No. I'm playing John.
Well, John's got a good team. Ish.
Yeah, but he's also 3-3, so
True.
I got a chance.
You
But
have
the
mentioned-
Giants though,
Yeah.
Saquon's coming back.
Yep.
Daniel Jones doesn't look like a total scrub.
No, he looks,
He actually
Better
looks
than
like
Eli,
he
for
could, after
sure.
a few years, he could be
which
really
isn't
good.
saying much,
That's
but
impressive.
Okay, he
Better
does-
than
like
but-
Eli
Cole,
Manning.
on the field.
even you, Cole, even you have to say Daniel Jones looks at least better than he was supposed to be at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
But I'm saying if the Giants defense turns up and like they can actually play. I mean, I told Ryan this earlier.
Yeah.
They've got a really, really crappy schedule the rest of the way. Like
They do.
the teams they play are awful.
They do. They have like one of the third easiest schedules in the league.
They could easily like win their division. They could still win their division. That's the spot they're in right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so right now they're one game with the Eagles, Cowboys loss. And their win last week. They're one game, or no, sorry, they lost last week. My bad. They are still one game out of first place in the NFC East, which is NFC East. I'm thinking backwards here.
Oof.
Which is actually astounding considering how bad their team it looks and is.
And how many like injuries they have and everything going on.
Exactly. However, Sterling Shepard may be coming back soon. We're still not sure. He was out last week. We're not sure if he would play this week. I can't remember the other receiver name that they have. Golden Tate looked really good against the Patriots, which is surprising because the Patriots have one of the best defenses,
Isn't
if not
Golden
the
Tate,
best
like,
defense
old?
in the league. He's pretty old. He's not Larry
He's been
Fitzgerald old, but he's been around. He was a Lion last year and he got traded. But like their receiver core isn't bad. Sterling Shepard's not great, but he's
Evan
all right.
Ingram's back too.
Evan Ingram is back, exactly. And with Saquon
And
coming
that's like
back,
their favorite check down player, and Saquon's coming back.
Exactly.
They've got a legit offense.
their O-line is terrible. That hasn't
Yeah,
changed. It's not
it's okay.
good. It's not
Checkdowns is all we
great. Exactly, checkdowns. But their defense started out awful. But if you look at the stats they put up the last 4 weeks they played, like the first 2 weeks, terrible. Don't get me wrong. And they still have a very bad secondary. But everything besides their secondary is actually one of the better defenses in the league if you look at it stat wise and like what they've held teams to in terms of rushing yards, in terms of linebacker, in terms of sacks and interceptions. They've actually put up a lot of good stats, and not only that, but for fantasy fans, their last 2 weeks or 3 weeks have been like one of the top defenses in the league. So
I want to throw this out there.
They're improving as they go on.
Yeah, I want to throw this out there. Listen to the end of their schedule from week 7 to week 17. They have Cardinals, Lions, Cowboys, Jets, Bears, Packers, Eagles, Dolphins, Redskins, Eagles.
I mean, they got a lot of free wins there. A lot of free wins. And they got some teams, the Cowboys, the Eagles.
They should beat the Cards.
Yeah.
They should beat the Redskins, and they should beat the Dolphins.
That's 3 basically free wins right there.
They'll probably lose to the Packers.
I don't see them beating the Packers unless something insane happens. They'll put up a competition to the Cowboys. And the Bears
don't have an offense.
Their defense is very good. Yeah, that's
going
to be a close one.
The Bears have the 30th ranked offense.
Yeah. And with the Giants' defense improving, if by then it's even better, who knows? They might be able to stop the Bears' offense entirely.
The Cowboys, with how they look, there's no telling.
Yeah, that's gonna be a coin flip. If the Cowboys come out and they start playing better by the time they play the Giants,
That is in New York.
Yeah, but Cowboys fans travel.
Yeah, but who wants to go to the cold, especially in the middle of November?
And especially if the Cowboys are on a losing streak, that would be even more interesting.
True.
The Eagles game is going to be really close. That's going to be really close.
Those 2 games with the Eagles are going to be interesting. That I bet you. I knew this is going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I think
the Eagles games I think will decide the division.
Yeah, to me, the division, I would have said the Cowboys would sweep it last.
No, I thought the Cowboys.
Till they lost to the Jets, I thought the Cowboys were still going to take it. Now I have no clue because at this point, with the Giants improving, the Cowboys on a losing streak, and the Eagles, every week you don't know if they're gonna win or not because they're kind of toss-ups. They're 3-3 literally, so I don't know what they're doing. They barely lose to whoever the Vikings I think they played. Their secondary is the worst in the league by far, but all that being said, they still are a good team, and they're still a legitimate playoff team. So like the Eagle, I think is going to honestly come down to, and this is crazy that it's insane, is I think the Cowboys are going to struggle to get over the hump. Maybe it's down to them, but I think that's a 3-way tie in the NFC East for the playoffs right there. Whether or not, here's the thing though, the Cowboys should win it because they have a better team than all 3 of them.
The Cowboys should win. The Eagles should come in second. The Giants should come in third, and the Redskins nobody.
Yeah, the Redskins have been out since week 0. It doesn't matter.
No one was concerned about them.
Nobody was worried about that. But
basically,
they barely got a win last week. Anyway,
Ryan, did you drop Sammy Watkins?
I've had him drop for weeks.
I picked him up.
And let me guess, he scored a touchdown. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
typical.
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
typical.
Do not tell me he's sitting on my bench.
Oh, he probably
He is sitting on your bench.
He's been absolutely atrocious the last 5 weeks.
He was injured. He was
Wait a
injured
minute.
the past few weeks.
Oh, no. Sorry, wrong number.
Oh yeah, I was about to say he's number
not
14.
playing.
It's not 7.
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
still
say
injured,
he's
I thought.
hurt, dude.
Yeah. Anyway,
My bad.
but in the end, I think like you were Austin, you were saying, I think the NFC East is entirely up for grabs to whoever wants it more. And
Like,
if the
I'm gonna
Giants
say
continue
the
improving,
Giants have the longest shot of it.
Yeah,
There's
they
very
do.
Little chance, but I'm just gonna put it. I'm not gonna put it past them. They got a chance.
the Cowboys have a hard schedule still. It's not like they got a freebie the last half of the season either.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins still hurt. Just like
And the Eagles have a hard one too. The Giants have the easiest schedule out of the 3, but they have to actually perform
yeah.
in every game. They got killed by the Patriots, even though they put up a fight in the first half. They got killed by the Patriots in the second half. They fell apart. If
Yeah, but
Daniel, wait, sorry.
they played the Patriots.
I know. I'm saying they got killed by the Patriots in the second half. So
I'm not like super like.
Oh no, I know. I was just the fact that they kept the first half close was surprising to me,
Impressive.
especially in Foxborough like it was. So, I think like me and you were both saying, the Giants have just as much chance now as any team as any of the NFC East teams to at least go to the wild card.
Yeah, this is unreal.
Which is crazy to think because of how bad they are and are supposed, how bad their team looks and how bad they're supposed to be. I mean, yeah, they took Eli out to put in an actual competent quarterback and they look better, but it's just their team is not good. Their O-line is terrible. Their defense is atrocious, except their secondary is atrocious. Their linebackers are all right, but they're nothing special. But they're getting better. Is the weird thing. And I guess they're like, it doesn't make any sense because this should just be a fresh, fresh look at for Daniel Jones' year. You know, that type of like that first rookie year. You come in, you see how you can do, and you look at it, and that's about it. But they look like they're getting him better.
Yep.
Which is really surprisingly early for them.
So speaking of quarterbacks who are getting better, just kidding, this one's getting kind of worse. What about Baker? I saw also Baker's here.
That's so they played the Seahawks,
well,
right?
It's not even. Well, yeah, but choke.
Yeah.
It's not even like just Baker. The Browns team, everybody's like, oh, they're gonna be great. They're gonna look great, and now they just like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
They don't have any chemistry.
You know what it is? So they have all they remind me of the Chargers, right? They have incredible talent on both sides of the ball. Defense, offense talent. And yet their coach and their game plan are holding them back so hard every week.
So you mean the Cowboys, not the Chargers.
No. Oh, I meant the Chargers because of the talent the Chargers have. Yes, also the Cowboys in a way, but the Chargers are doing even worse than the Cowboys, and they have immense talent as well. And the Chargers, with their running back, their receiver core, their defense should be way better than it is, and their quarterback, who not incredible, but he's good.
Okay.
And you look at the Browns, and Baker Mayfield was Rookie of the Year last year. They have Odell Beckham, top 3 receiver in the league. They have Jarvis Landry, who anytime could be just as good as Odell. They have Myles Garrett on defense. Their running back is Nick Chubb, who's looked actually incredible this year. He's been so great this year.
So
carrying the Browns pretty much.
Carrying my fantasy team.
Carrying my fantasy team.
Did he get like 20 or something last week?
He's been doing incredible.
He's like the 3rd-ranked running back this year.
Yeah, he's insane. And he's carrying the Browns, including many fantasy teams around the league. All this talent they have. Now, their corners aren't amazing, but they're not bad. All this talent, their O-line is awful. Their O-line is horrible. Awful. Like, it's so bad. And their coaching, like, I don't know what Freddie Kitchens is doing, but they came out, they're like up like 21-7 against like Russell Wilson, who's having an MVP year, and the Seahawks defense, which is legit.
Great.
He's playing incredible, much better than we thought he'd be after, all the years he's been struggling. And they had a 21-7 lead at home, and they blow it. Lose 32-28.
Baker just looks like he doesn't know what to do with all the talent around him.
Exactly. And that has to come from coaching. It has to.
So he doesn't have enough time in the pocket to figure out what to do with all the talent around him.
Well, apparently, okay, so it's like Ryan actually said something really good, and I agree with what Cole said too.
I tend to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the time because their entire, like, the thing is, like you said, the coaching playbook is really built around the deep ball, like getting it to a star, like 10 yards down the field. He doesn't have a check down. He doesn't have a dump off pass that he can rely on if he needs to.
I mean,
I votes for Nick Chubb.
I don't know how much Browns games you've had the chance to watch, but most of the time they play in the 1 p.m. slot for those on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
And
we get Carolina games and Redskins.
I watched them on Red Zone a lot because they are oftentimes one of the very first teams to play, and when they play most of the time, they have these downs. Most of their drives, especially in that first half against the Seahawks, look great. They look like an incredible team that should go to the playoffs. And then you skip ahead to the second half, and the Seahawks start slowly coming back. Russell Wilson makes some plays. Their defense gets some stops. And then, bam, Baker falls apart. As soon as there's even the slightest bit of contention, he just can't seem to operate an offense anymore. As soon as the game gets even within a touchdown, he starts falling apart at the helm. And it's like he doesn't know where to throw the ball. He looks at his first thing. He scoots, like within a second, he looks off the first target. He goes to the second. Doesn't even bother looking at the second. And he just goes straight to the third or his tight end. He doesn't get out of the pocket well. He looks he looks out of sorts. Like they don't tell him what to do. And that, to me, that has to come from either a limited playbook where they just don't trust him enough to do important plays or important passes to like down the middle of the field type passes, like 5 yards here, 10 yards here, or just, a simple 2-yard screen pass, right? To Nick Chubb or something. They don't either trust him enough to do that, or they don't trust him enough to be like an Aaron Rodgers type player and make up your own mind. Get out of the pocket, look for an open player, make a play happen, create something on your own. And obviously he's a second-year quarterback. It's hard to put that trust in there. But with the talent you have and what he did last year, he should be able to do that. This is not some type of player who's just some scrub that they just like. He's not some scrub quarterback. He was Rookie of the Year. He threw 27 touchdowns last year. He did
is actually
good.
behind Saquon.
Yeah. And he has more interceptions than touchdowns still. I think still at least. And he's struggling. He's struggling, and a lot of people are blaming him, strictly him. I think it's the coaching. I really do. I think Freddie Kitchens is the bad coach. Now, I don't think he's as bad as their previous coach was, but I think his
he's
playbook
just
is
a new
so
coach,
bad.
but I think Baker's choking some of these games.
Oh, he is definitely choking, but I think the part of it has to do with your head coach has got to your head coach is the closest person to your quarterback, and you have got to like install either faith in him or you have got to show him how to finish games, or at least how to continue playing as well as he can, and that team can play, because a Seahawks defense is legit. Their offense is legit, and they had a 14 or maybe even 21 point lead at one point against the Seahawks in the first half, and completely lost it. Just fell apart. And that's like, I think the best lead they had against one of the best teams in the league. But every game they seem to go on these stretches where they take the lead and then fall apart.
Kansas City's got the ball again. Are they driving, Cole?
I just saw them at the 25.
They had a
after
really
kickoff.
good punt return there. I think they're either in the red zone or right next to the red zone.
Yeah.
As much of a good decision it seemed like in the first 10 minutes of the game, Ryan, probably the wrong decision.
Hey, it happens. Sometimes I just think I don't know if the Chiefs will win, but I don't know if the Broncos will win, but I definitely give the Broncos a chance for sure. Their defense is good. It fell apart at first. We'll see.
All right. Well, like I said, though, it's just some things to ponder on. The Browns actually have a week off, so they have some time to think about what.
Yeah. There is one more thing I wanted to bring up, though.
Oh,
about
go ahead.
I was just going to say the 49ers are shockingly good.
Balling.
Just
Hard.
that defense is insane. And if you own them in fantasy, you are having a great year, because not only do they get turnovers and all that, but they have they're leading the league in rush defense. Their pass defense is way better than it was last year, and Richard Sherman is actually having the year you would expect him to have, and not whatever he did last year. And that team team is legit Super Bowl contender now. They are legit.
Yeah, they look good.
But
all right, we're gonna get into picks.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
No, you're fine. I like this one. This episode, I'm kind of hurrying up because I think we're gonna try and start sticking to an hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, just to let everybody know, kind of keep it a little bit shorter, because the first all over the place. We were 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I was like, uh-oh. I think we can all agree on hour and a half is plenty of time.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Because a lot of the sports are actually winding down. Once baseball's done, basketball's gonna start raining. Football's,
Right.
and we're
Episodes
only
will have
really
to
gonna
be
have
shorter.
basketball for.
Oh, also, just for the record, the Jalen Ramsey got traded to the Rams, in case anyone wasn't aware of that. Which
that was a desperate move. They didn't really need to do that, but sure, that'll help.
And then the Rams, the Rams before that happened, the Rams traded Marcus Peters to the Ravens. So the Ravens defense got. I mean, I don't know if Marcus Peters is having a bad year or something, and I think he is. But the Ravens defense at least got a little bit better, and that was something they were struggling with.
All right, so we got the Chiefs Broncos playing right now. We made our picks: 2 on Chiefs, 1 on the Broncos.
Indeed.
But let's get into this week's picks, which are starting Sunday with the Dolphins and Bills.
Dolphins, Bills.
I'm taking the Bills because the Dolphins are tanking. I bet you. I'm serious when I say I'm thinking about their schedule. I'm pretty sure they go perfect season, 0-16.
Bills. There's no chance the Dolphins win this. Absolutely none. The Bills defense is incredible.
The Bills are playing too good.
The Bills defense is incredible.
See, now Dan's in on this.
Oh yeah, their offense may not be amazing, but their defense is incredible.
This is the one Cole likes to say. Nobody cares about. Nobody thought of it.
Chiefs just hit a field goal.
I mean, think about it like this: that's a Redskins-Dolphins game last week. So
Well, I mean, now it's a Jaguars-Bengals game.
don't worry, I have a pick for that one.
You're picking the Bengals, probably. I'm picking the Jags.
No, go ahead. We'll go to the next one. Unless that is the next one.
That is the one. That's
that's the next one. Oh, Jaguars, Bengals. No, I'm not picking the Bengals. Are you kidding me? They look
Okay, I
awful.
was gonna say everybody's picking the Jaguars, probably.
No,
Yeah, give me the Jags.
Bengals look awful.
No. You know what? Give me the Bengals.
You want the
really gonna
Bengals?
pick
I want the Bengals.
Okay.
The Bengals.
Damn it! I was gonna go with the Bengals.
You can still go into Bengals.
There are no restrictions on what team you pick here.
Yeah,
I
it doesn't,
know,
like-
but I was hoping I was gonna be the
Fuck
only
it.
one. So
Pick
with
the
Bengals,
Titans.
Whoa, wait.
to
Why
win
do
the
you think the
Jacksonville
0-6 Bengals with abysmal defense and an offense that may even be worse is going to beat
I mean,
the
it's not
Jaguars?
like they're sitting at 31st on defense and 26th on
I
offense.
don't know.
Don't
This
cut
is-
out the underdog.
Are you just saying it because it's an underdog pick and you think F it, maybe?
I don't do those enough, so yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Plus, I don't think the Bengals are gonna lose every
So-
game.
so
this
let-
year.
let
They're
me
gonna
get-
win like 2 or 3.
I don't either, but I think honestly the
Bengals are going to beat
Bengals
someone they
win a
shouldn't beat.
Dumb game. They're gonna win like a game they should.
They sh-
And
yeah,
this is
exactly.
one of the games
they
that
should
they
not.
should win. So
Yeah. All right, so
I'm not gonna
who's
say
picking the Bengals? Who's picking? Let me just get this down.
I
I
think
am.
it's-
Hey,
So we got Dan and Cole picking the Bengals. Got it.
All right, the next one is Vikings and Lions. Honestly,
Vikings, Lions.
Lions.
I'm gonna pick the Vikings
The Lions should have won last week against the Packers. They got screwed. The Vikings
because I'm gonna say this much.
looked great
Kirk
against
Cousins
the
is
Eagles.
not a good quarterback, but Kirk Cousins can play good against. a
But
bad
damn it,
defense.
when the team's motto goes from running the ball to passing, he actually looks good.
Well, no.
How's
It's
the-
because
how's
when
the
he plays
Lions
with a bad
secondary?
defense.
Sorry, go ahead.
How good is the Lions secondary?
The Lions secondary is actually good. The Eagles
Well, but
secondary
think
is
about it this way.
terrible. It's the worst in the league, and that's why he did so well.
Even if they start throwing the ball, they still have a 31st ranked defense.
Yeah. That's true. Their defense
If
is
the Vikings start running the ball, they're just gonna run over.
the Eagles secondary, or sorry, the Lions secondary is actually legit though. Like they're not bad like the last two secondaries they played. You know, give me the Lions. I like the upset.
What do you think a secondary is? Because you thought the backcourt.
Well, you
was-
told me
You didn't know what the
told me
backfield
the
was.
secondary
What do you
was
think
all
the backcourt
was the
was?
DBs.
He
I
thought the
thought
backfield
backfield was the
I don't remember
DBs.
what you thought the backfield
I thought the backfield was the
but-
safeties and corners,
No, that's the running backs.
which is fine.
Quarterbacks.
Okay, so the secondary is the DBs, is the corners and safeties, which is what
Yes.
you told me is the secondary. So that's what I'm saying. The Lions have a good secondary.
Okay.
They're second.
Better. The Eagles had the worst, and the Vikings killed the Eagles.
Probably the Lions. I'll have to go with the Lions. then.
I picked the Lions as well. I think they're going to be very angry after last week, or very sad and win badly.
Checking it.
Oh, I thought you lagged out again. Okay.
No, I'm here.
All right, so we have myself and Cole with the Lions. Is anyone else joining?
No.
Dan.
Oh, Dan picked the Lions as well.
Philip Lindsay needs to stop running.
And then Austin picks the Vikings.
Passing defense. Detroit isn't even. Detroit has a 28th ranked pass defense.
Did they
Fuck
really?
that Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
What's their
Okay,
run
I'm gonna
defense?
Throw all over them.
What's their run defense?
I'll look it up in a second. Hold up, because I can change.
Although if
see.
they can shut down Dalvin Cook, that would present a lot of issues.
Yeah, I feel like if they shut down Delvin Cook, that'd be different.
Can this game just end in a tie?
I mean, I thought their Lions secondary was better than that. They showed up against the Packers. But then again, the Packers had a lot of drops, so maybe that's
We don't have
why.
Devontae Adams.
That's true. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying they had a lot of drops, so maybe that's why they didn't look as good.
No.
The 2-2-1. I think Matt Patricia is a really good defensive mind, though. I still have the Lions. So Cole, you are taking your pick off the board.
Detroit
Well,
is
I
a
didn't-
27th rush defense.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I
27th
still-
worst?
Yeah, 27 out of 32.
Okay.
Vikings offense
They
is
Uh,
average
better, definitely.
130. They average 134 rush yards.
They give up 134 rushing yards a game.
Yeah, but the most is Cincinnati with 185. 185.
The Vikings offense is
give me the
definitely
Vikings.
improved. I think I still got the Lions, though.
Yeah, give me the Vikings.
Dan, are
just
you
think the
changing or
Vikings-
staying?
With who?
The Lions and the Vikings.
Did you hear what I said? Like all of that, all that
Lions
spiel.
defense is like one of the worst.
No,
in
I'm
the
sorry. I'm paying attention to the game.
league.
Well, I get that. It's okay.
Are you
No,
sticking
I
with the
just
Lions
said
or the
like,
Vikings?
the Lions have the 31st ranked defense because they're 28th in pass defense, and 7th in run defense.
No, I'm still gonna stick with the Lions. I don't care.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go, Dan.
Don't care about statistics.
Way to buck up with me. I like
All right.
I like Matthew Stafford. This year.
Oh, that's not pass
I.
interference. God damn it.
What was the Chiefs just give up a play?
No, he
Because of
didn't even
pass.
catch it, but they are going to call pass interference.
Oh my gosh.
Was the ball catchable?
Hey,
Yeah, he
you
touched
can,
it.
You can challenge it if you
He
want
grabbed
to.
it and he just let go.
Yeah,
Oh.
can't you challenge that now? Can't
Yeah,
you
you
challenge
can.
pass
All right.
interference?
There's no way this is actually pass interference. There's no way. He just hits him in the chest, and then the ball hits him in the hands, and he drops it.
I do find it funny. The NFL's officiating
They're
problem
just
this year.
ruined. They're ruined.
They're in some
Dude,
deep
it says
shit.
it's as bad as high school football is for us.
It looks
right
really like it's
Oh, I
more
bet.
stunning is the fact that every single person gets it, but they can't.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what's more
exactly.
stunning.
Well, okay, here's the next one. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. Oh my gosh. Raiders, Packers.
Packers.
Taking the pack.
Packers.
Hmm. I'll take the Packers. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I
Here's
think they
another
took the penalty away.
All right, here it is. Next one, Rams, Falcon.
This is gonna be a shootout, and I would have said the I would have said the Rams every other
honestly
year,
don't know,
every other
because I
week,
think-
except they've looked terrible lately. Like
Every time I pick either of these teams, they lose. So I don't
it's
even.
true.
Yeah,
I picked the
exactly.
I don't even
Falcons
know what to
last
do
week. They
now.
lost to the Cardinals. I picked the Rams last week. They lost to who the hell they lose to again?
I don't know.
They didn't lose to
Raiders.
somebody
Rams
good.
lost to the Niners.
Raiders.
Who's a good team? The Niners are a good team.
I don't know though.
It's gonna be a shootout because their defenses suck apparently,
They both
or the Rams'
suck.
defense sucks for some reason.
How much impact is Jalen Ramsey gonna play?
They are trying to get him to play, but it's not guaranteed. Here's the
I'm
thing:
just gonna-
Aqib Talib is on the IR, which is big, and the Falcons love to pass. They love it, and they're one of the best offenses in the league.
All
at
right,
passing.
Ryan, just say odd or even. Pick one.
You know, I'm picking the Falcons. Screw it. I'm so
Ryan,
sick of picking the
somebody
Rams.
say
I am
odd or even,
so
please.
sick of picking the Rams.
Somebody say odd or even.
Even.
Odd.
All right, I heard even first. I'm going with Falcon.
Falcons. So that's
Okay, give me the Falcons.
3 for the Falcons. All
Oh,
right.
I'm rooting for the Falcons, so.
Oh, I
give
am
me
too.
I need Matt Ryan to throw me a couple hundred passing yards here.
To
That's not
Julio
gonna
Jones
happen.
and Calvin Ridley.
I mean,
That
sure,
doesn't
yeah,
have
we're
to
not playing each
happen
other this
either.
week. That worked.
Dan, who you got? Are you
That was
gonna-
annoying last week.
You're just like, yes, damn it.
God damn it. Every play was like a
You know what?
50-yard touchdown is like
Yeah,
1
then-
point.
I'm going Rams.
Dan's
All
doing
right.
the odd man out in the Rams, and to be fair, he's probably gonna win. But screw it.
Yeah,
You know what
honestly,
happened.
I
I would
just-
love to see the Falcons win that game, just to put every LA fan in an absolute terror.
You know, I'd be
Alright.
completely fine with that too. But
All right, next one is the Texans and Colts.
Texans and Colts. That's a hard one, actually.
I'm going Texans.
Um,
Deshaun Watson's my boy.
He's good
I
this
mean,
year. He's real
Deshaun
good.
Watson got him 75 points when I played him.
That's insane. I still can't believe that happened, dude.
Deshaun
How many
Watson
points did the Texans put up
y'all
last week?
dead.
The Tex, I don't
Last
actually
week, I
remember.
think
They
they had,
beat the
like-
Chiefs though, but the Chiefs' defense is abysmal.
Yeah, but how many points do they have?
I don't. Here's the thing: the
31.
Colts beat the Chiefs as well. So both of these teams have beat the Chiefs. The Houston's
Texans.
four. They're,
I will pick the Texans.
I'm
'cause
going
I think
Colts. I'm going Colts.
Bill O'Brien's done a lot better at coaching than he has
So-
in the past.
Austin
and
and
Deshaun
Cole
Watson
pick
looks
the
great.
Texans. And
Guys, it's another easy one.
I picked the Colts. And Dan, who you pick? Texans or Colts?
You pick the Texans.
Texans.
Texans. Okay, so we got 3.
Guys, I got another easy one.
What's that?
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Are you ready? It's the Niners and Skin.
Oh.
Yo, guys, I can't
not
tell you how
nice,
much I'm
man.
gonna pick this. The Skins are
It's not. You're what? What? Say
just
what?
kidding. Just
Sorry.
kidding.
I really
swear to
want
God.
to pick the Redskins.
Just-
Why?
just to be
Why?
like-
For what reason? You picked the Redskins against the Dolphins. We won by 1 point against the worst team.
Oh, Broncos just faked the punt and they are not gonna get it.
You picked the
They get
Redskins
that.
against the Patriots and they got
Nothing
hammered. What is the reason for it? I want an actual reason this time.
All right, give me the Niners.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
give me-
Shut
give me
up. Stop
the-
picking my team.
Give me the
Seriously.
Stop encouraging them to win.
I'm serious. There's no reason.
They shouldn't win at all.
They
That's the most
shouldn't.
Washington sports fan thing to say ever. Stop encouraging us to win.
I mean, I'm just saying there's absolutely no reason we should ever win this again. The rest of this year. We should go 0 and whatever it is we have left.
Y'all are literally gonna lose to everybody. Just
Yeah,
saying.
we should. And we should. We have no team. Anyway, I'm off my soap opera. Go ahead. So we have 4
So
for the
close.
Niners, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
basically.
Alright.
everybody's for the Niners.
That's what
Cardinals Giant.
I thought. Cardinals.
A game nobody cares about, but yet hard to pick.
The Cardinals beat the Falcons. Their defense is abysmal.
Yo, I'm just saying this right
Give me
now.
the Cardinals.
Giants.
Ryan, is that your favorite word?
Abysmal? It is one of my favorite words, actually. Do you have a problem with it, Dan?
No, it's just you've been using it a lot.
What? Do you want me to say horrendous? Is that better?
Sure.
I mean,
Horrendous. Fine. The Cardinals
it up
defense
a
is
little
the
bit.
Falcons defense is horrendous.
Thank you.
There
Just
you
mix
go.
it
No
up a little bit.
problem.
That's all
There you
that
go. Okay, it's horrendous.
It's getting nitpicky.
It's
Okay,
atrocious.
Monty.
I'll,
but just-
I'll look up a dictionary, Dan. I'll look up a
Curious.
thesaurus for you.
Thank you.
Please.
I got
I'm
I got the
taking
Giants
Giants.
actually. I think they win this one.
Saquon's back this week, I'm pretty sure, so I got the Giants.
So we got
Yeah, I'll take. Yeah, it's by
Austin,
far.
Dan, Cole. Who do you have?
He took the Cards.
Okay, Austin and Ryan Giants. Cole went Cardinals.
Are you sticking with that, Cole?
100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Roger that, Captain. All right, Chargers Titans.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh my God.
Chargers.
This
Chargers.
game is-
I don't know what the Titans are doing.
Can the Chargers win this game?
Do the Titans, are they going to play a quarterback? Because
They're
I
playing
wouldn't
Tannehill,
if I were them.
But
Just
I
might
don't-
as well play 2 running backs. It'd just be just as good.
the Titans have a
Walker might
defense.
be-
That's all they have.
Don't even throw it. Why? Who are you going to
Just run
throw it to?
reverses, bring the punter in. I mean,
But here's the question you have to ask yourself:
yourself.
did the Chargers have the ability to actually win this game? Because they lost to the Steelers at home and almost by a massive margin.
Yo, I got faith. The Chargers, like, they turned it around the second.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, here's a game that's actually the next.
You know what? I'm going Tennessee. I think the Titans win it.
Okay, Dan, did you say Chargers?
Yes.
Okay, everybody's saying Chargers. Here's the next 3, and these are kind of the big.
Okay.
The Saints and Bears. Who's winning this?
Bears.
Saints and
Saints.
Bears. Ooh.
I'm going to pick.
Bridgewater looks really
I'm
good.
going. I'm going
Bridgewater
defense
looks good,
over offense.
but
I'm gonna pick the Bears. I'm gonna go with Dan because I agree. Defense over offense.
okay. So we have everyone. Well, yeah. I have the Saints actually. I don't think the Bears have an offense.
I don't think
agree
they
with
do
me.
either, but I've seen.
I don't
Low
want to
scoring.
agree with you, Cole, but Bridgewater looks good enough to win. That's the only reason I am.
I've seen the low scoring of both of these teams, and I have more faith in the Bears defense than I do in the Saints.
I have more faith in Sean Payton than I do in who's the Bears coach again?
Nobody recognizes.
Okay.
I don't remember. I have more faith in Sean Payton than whoever the hell the Bears coach is.
I just think Khalil Mack's and his defense too good.
And Bridgewater looks good, not Breeze good, but he looks good enough to take him to the playoffs easily.
I'm definitely gonna say I'm not gonna be disappointed if I lose. This is a tougher one.
Oh God, wait! Philadelphia plays Dallas this week. I just realized that.
Well, that's that. We're not there yet.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Ravens Seahawks. This is another tough one.
Ravens.
Oh, man.
God.
Can I just call this game of the week?
Yeah. honestly,
I don't know. The
I
next
feel
one might
that.
be though. But yeah, you could.
Nah, this is way better.
Okay.
Because Russell Wilson is playing out of his mind, and the
True.
Ravens' defense is fantastic.
No, it's
Yep.
not.
The Ravens
Not-
offense is number
Ravens
one in the league
offense
right now.
is the best.
Oh.
The Ravens defense sucks ass.
They don't
Wasn't
suck
saying a good
ass.
defense.
I mean, they
They're
don't
not
suck
bad.
ass, but they're not good.
They're mid-range. They're a mid-range.
So you got
team.
4-2 team and a 5-1 team, right?
Yeah,
Is
but
this
the
at
4-2
Baltimore?
Team and the Ravens lost the game they shouldn't have.
That's
didn't they?
true. They should have won against the I think it was the
Browns. They lost to the Browns.
yes, the Browns. They should have
Shouldn't
beat the
have lost
Browns. And they got killed by the Browns. They lost that embarrassing loss.
Honestly, though, I think I got to go with Russell Wilson in his MVP season.
Yeah, he's really looking good. He came back. That comeback against the Browns was legit.
Yeah, and I don't.
Give me the Seahawks.
And it is in Seattle, so I think I'm going Seattle.
Yeah, you can't count out the 12th man.
Yeah, they do have one of the sickest.
Here's the
stadiums,
thing.
Period.
I kind of want the Ravens to win so Lamar pops off. I just don't think he can against the Seahawks.
Their
that
defense
defense
is
is
still
so-
really good.
Yeah, that's what worries me. And it's in Seattle. Although their one loss came in Seattle though.
Who?
I don't
Oh,
remember
the
who it was.
Seahawks.
The Rams.
The
They lost to
Rams
the
beat
Rams.
Seattle in Seattle, which was
Yeah, I mean, like the Seahawks defense wasn't. They literally for like the first few weeks were not that.
yeah, I know they're
They're
looking a lot
still
better
not
now.
great, but I still think at home they're better than.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're all picking the Seahawks on this one. I'm gonna go for the Seahawks.
I think it's because
That's a
Russell Wilson
hard
is a-
game to pick, though, dude.
Yeah, dude.
If Lamar has a good game, I think the Ravens win.
This is like playing Russian roulette.
Seriously, I really do think if Lamar has just like the game he had last week where he just ran like 150 yards and a touchdown, if he does that again, I think he
They're
wins.
fine. Yeah, they win.
Probably because their defense is good enough to win for him.
Yeah. All right, here comes I'm going to call it the faux game.
The faux game of the week.
Oh.
Yeah. The Eagles-Cowboys.
Eagles-Cowboys.
Sorry, I'm going Cowboys.
Dude, I don't
Is this is in Dallas,
I
right?
want the Eagles.
I think it's
Yeah,
in
but-
Dallas.
It is in Dallas, and that's why I want to pick
That's
the Cowboys.
so
but I don't
hard
trust
to-
Jason Garrett. I forget what.
Yeah, I mean it's so
Mahomes
hard.
is down and he's not getting up.
Oh crap!
Down.
Picks
Told you
down.
he was hurt, boys. I told you he was hurt.
Although they are on the 3-yard line, so
I mean, here's the
they're about
thing.
to score anyway.
It's so hard. One of the only QBs who actually is more successful than the Cowboys in Cowboy Stadium is Aaron Rodgers, but they already lost to him. I don't know if the Eagles are going to have the same success in Dallas. And I think somebody is going to get fired if they lose this certain game this week.
Yo, at that point, I'm picking the Eagles strictly because I want Jason Garrett fired.
If he loses this game, I seriously think he might
Honestly,
get
I
fired.
think I'm gonna pick the Eagles just because I picked them to win the division. I need this.
Are there any big injuries on either side?
Yeah, the Cowboys have a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
Amari
the
Cooper
Cowboys'
might not
offensive line
play.
is doo-doo, and
Amari
Amari
Cooper's
Cooper's
still
gonna play.
injured. I'm
I'm
not
not
sure.
gonna win without Amari Cooper. There's no way.
They have their entire O line's injured and part of their D line's injured as well.
yeah, like
See, it's a hard one to pick because the Cowboys should straight up win this
Yeah,
because they're more
can
talented.
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can he hear us though? That's the better question. No, he cannot.
No, you cannot.
Cole, who do you have?
Can you come back to me? I
Dan,
don't
you
know.
picked the Cowboys, correct?
Yeah, that's my team. I gotta go with it.
Yeah, I understand.
I missed it. What did I say?
You just said, can you hear us? That's all.
Dang it! I was in the group chat. Nobody said anything.
You're good.
I just DC'd myself.
Dan picked the Cowboys. Obviously, Cole wants us to come back to him. Who do you have, Austin?
The only reason I say the Eagles is because I know who's hurt on the Cowboys,
So you got the Eagles.
and I need the Eagles to win to make my prediction of them.
I would say Eagles pass rush.
Not
I actually
really-
don't know. I can look
not,
that up.
Not that hot. I don't.
I'll look
think.
up their pass defense.
I think their O line's struggling too. I think that's why they can't throw.
Yeah, they're hurt too.
Yeah, that both teams are coming into this game not at their 100%. And
Oh,
they're-
for sure.
By the way,
They-
no. Here's the biggest problem though. The Eagles' secondary is the worst in the league. They're ranked 32nd. They're actually
They're-
somehow worse than the Dolphins.
280 pass yards a game.
Yeah, they're atrocious, which is a benefit to the
29th.
Cowboys because they love to. Okay, so they're 20. So one of the worst in the league is the Eagles. I mean, they got torched by Kirk Cousins of all
But
people.
Dallas is sitting at 12, but that's been going down.
Yes, that's been going down, and their defensive line has gone down too. This is such a card game because
Yeah, dude, I don't know about this one. I think I'm sticking with my pick just because I want the Eagles to win because I picked them to win their division. I'll be honest with you. I could flip a coin and pick this one.
yeah, I mean, to me, this is like a make or to break it game for Dak.
You know what I
gotta
gotta do now?
Like he's got to
Oh,
show up
man.
this game. What's that, Cole? Are you flipping? Are you telling
Hey
me?
Siri, flip a coin.
There it is. I knew it. I knew it.
All right, give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys for Cole. All right.
It is in Dallas, but I'm
it
still
is
gonna
in
pick
Dallas.
the Eagles.
You know what, Austin? I'm gonna join you because fuck the Cowboys. Who likes them? Besides
Well,
Dan, of course.
okay. I really am picking the Eagles for two reasons. Like I said,
Yeah.
because I need them to win the division, but I also want the Cowboys to lose, so that way Jason Garrett gets fired faster. Dan, you should be picking the Eagles strictly to spite Jason Garrett. That's it.
True.
That's
but
it.
he can't go against his team, man.
I know.
I mean, I can because I literally don't care about the Redskins right now. But Dan has
Nobody
an
does.
actual legitimate team. I think.
He does.
Yeah.
All right, and then the last game. Well, not the last game, but the Monday night game.
Oh yes.
Pretty easy.
Okay, this one is just a. I mean, it.
I'm-
Well,
I'm-
hold up.
Just
You-
4 people Patriots put it up.
No, hold on. I'm actually not because you said 3 times now that the Patriots lose one game a year. They should. right?
Yo, it's not gonna be that.
Just wait.
They're gonna
Hold
lose
on.
the-
Let me give you my reasoning, okay? They lose one game a year they shouldn't. They play the Jets on Monday night, and granted, Brady's incredible in prime time. However, the Jets just beat the Cowboys. As bad as the Cowboys look, they did just beat the Cowboys. Now it's in New York, but whatever. This
I don't
could
think
be
it's.
that
I don't
game
think it's
to
insane to
lose.
beat the Jets.
I don't think it's.
I don't think it's insane to pick the Jets.
Yeah,
here.
that's what I'm saying. This could be that one game the Patriots shouldn't lose. And the Patriots, if we're being honest, yeah, they're 6-0. They haven't looked amazing. They're not like the most amazing looking 6-0 team. I mean, they might be the only 6-0 team, but they haven't looked
Technically,
great.
San Fran goes 5.
Like the Giants put up some digits against them in the first half, and they looked just as good as them. Brady struggled a little bit. Their defense, while their defense is the best part of their team, their offense is not incredible. I mean, it's not unfeasible for them to lose this game.
I'm still picking it.
Should they? Of course not.
Brady owns New York. Brady always owns.
That's true.
Unless you're
Give me the
playing butt
Patriots.
fumble and getting lucky.
So we got Pats and we got Jets, and we're gonna have, I'm guessing, 3 for the Pats.
We know you're watching the game, Dan, but are you picking the Patriots?
All right, cool.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Screw it, man. Why not? I picked the Jets.
Okay,
Backup for the Chiefs is in.
I got myself for
Who?
the Jets, and I'm
I don't know.
guessing.
He's not good though.
Uh-oh.
They couldn't score from the 3-yard line. They had to kick a field goal.
And then I'm gonna take a guess. The rest of you guys are for the Patriots as well. So I mean, I don't see. I could honestly see the Patriots losing this game, just because the Jets look decently well under Darnold. And they
we'll
shouldn't lose this game, and they lose one game a year they shouldn't lose. So, I mean, if any game they shouldn't lose is this one. And I don't know. Maybe
If
the Jets have a great
true to
game.
what I say, I can see what you're saying, but I don't think it's.
No, I think
they
it's this
I
week?
think
Probably
they lose
not.
Later. I think they lose later this week,
Yeah.
or not this week, but this year to a team that's like. I think maybe they lose to Dallas. Like,
I think they lose later on when they don't have as much care and they're already in the playoffs.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Now, will it be this week? Probably not. But it's very. I mean, it
give it a
has.
shot.
Look, they lost 5 games last year, 3 of which they shouldn't have lost at all, and they won the Super Bowl.
True.
So, I mean, it's very feasible that they lose a game like this.
This is our last.
This
Excuse
is
me. Oh my gosh, the last game right here. The one we got to pick next
Right.
Thursday.
Oh, as well. Yes. Okay. So which
Redskins Viking.
game? Oh, for the love of God!
Guys, I'm picking
we
the
play on
Redskins
Thursday again.
Yeah, I don't know
Kill
how that
me.
happened.
Why do I have
But yeah,
to watch
the
us get
Vikings.
smothered?
Just put 4 people down for the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no chance the Redskins get murdered. I mean, why do we have to play on prime time again? Nobody wants to see that. Nobody. God, blowouts are
that
so
is true.
boring. Nobody wants
Thursday
to
Night
see the
Football is
Redskins
just like,
on
who wants to
prime.
watch that?
No one. We had to play on Monday night. Did anyone enjoy that? Hell no. We got murdered by the Bears on offense. Kill me. I hate my team so much.
I think a lot of people hate the Redskins.
Says every Washington sports fan.
Exactly. Well, unless you're a Nationals fan, right?
Shut up, man. Okay, you don't
I
know
mean,
it's
besides
like,
this year,
your team,
every other year.
Your team has
This is
been one
true.
of the best teams in the league for the last 10 years. You don't know what it's like to have one of the worst teams in the league for the last 10 years. Or like the last 30 years, basically.
The last time my team won a Super Bowl was 09, I think. Right? 08.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry about your loss. Last time my team was in the Super Bowl was in the 70s, but let's go back to that.
90s.
The
91
90s.
into the
Apologies.
90s.
Yes, the 90s. Haven't been relevant for at least 10 years.
That just.
It's pretty true.
It's been like 20.
Our best quarterback was Kirk Cousins in the last 10 years.
Yo, that's true. Facts.
And he wasn't even that good. Why do
You
we
don't put him over McNabb, though?
Trent Williams, who's
Yo,
not
that
even
was a
playing, is our
lot
best
of
player.
Nah.
Well, that was a
was a
bad
hard to watch
McNabb.
him.
He was not good. And by the way, our best player's not even playing. He's on a holdout, and we won't trade him. So I mean, I hate it.
It's okay.
I hate it.
Who's y'all's best player again?
Trent freaking
Trent-
Williams, an
Trent
O-liner.
Williams, he's a left tackle.
I know what
Whoever that
position-
rookie is.
Terry McLaurin's really good, I guess. Yeah, our rookie receiver is really good, Terry McLaurin. But that's it. He's not carrying. He's not. I don't
It's
want to
okay,
talk
you're
about it. I
home.
don't want to
You're
talk
home.
about it.
It's
I
okay.
really don't.
Before we go, let's get up here the
Of course.
ALCS schedule / so I can check the score because it's
apparently-
3-1. Oh, Astros is coming back.
Just for
Yeah,
anyone
Astros are up right now.
who's watching, Patrick Mahomes has been officially ruled out for the rest of the game.
Who's their backup?
I don't actually know.
No. Oh, Flacco just fumbled. Chiefs just scored a touchdown.
What a shocker, man.
That didn't take long.
Oh man.
See what happens when I pick a team to lose that shouldn't lose? This is what happens. Although I was right about last week against the Texans.
Okay, sure, cool. Glad you got that one.
Hey,
You're not
man.
getting this one.
Probably not, but crazier things can happen.
Oh my god, they just
Shut up, man!
they just ran. There were 2 players just ran straight to the O-line unblocked.
Wait, Baltimore might legitimately win because I picked the Seahawks. Look at that. Holy shit.
That is
Seriously.
true. Actually, the
I have
Astros are
terrible
The
luck.
Astros are up 3-1, and they got 2 people. Dan, is it right? They got a person on second and third with.
The inning just ended, and
Oh.
yes, they had somebody on second and third.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Hey, the
This
Astros
is a
looking-
little bit behind. So
Astros looking
But-
good, man.
Astros 3-1, mid third, and we have right now Kansas City's up 20-6.
Yeah, you don't
Alrighty.
need to rub it in, asshole.
That's a big difference.
Let's go, Flacco!
Yeah. Okay.
Check
we're
down,
gonna,
Flacco's gonna win it.
Yeah, we're gonna leave off of that. All right,
They're
guys.
only down
Thanks.
17.
Hey,
14.
Hey.
Oh, whatever.
hey, Russell Wilson was down 21-1.
Well,
Yeah, but Russell Wilson also
that's-
played the Browns, not a team that was competent.
True.
Russell Wilson has, talent.
True. All right.
Flacco
so we're
has
gonna-
a strong arm.
Yes, he does.
True. All right, we're gonna leave off there. I'll let them keep talking out as we leave. All right, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really gives us a big help. And you guys see a topic you want to cover, feel free to put it in the comments. We'll look into it, and if we like it, we'll cover it. Which usually we probably will because we like a lot of different topics.
Also, make sure to check out the highlight videos that come right after the podcast as well, in case you want to
True.
watch
If-
certain sections.
there are certain sections. So if you don't really like baseball, you can watch the NFL stuff or NBA, which we actually
And
start next
hopefully,
week.
I think, I was about to say, hopefully next week we'll get into more NBA-related topics, because I
Next
know...
week, I think we'll be able to get into the first few games of the NBA season because I think NBA starts on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like, the
Something
21st.
Yeah,
Sounds
so-
about right.
I think the 21st, yeah. Or the 22nd,
That's
can't
in-
remember.
4 days, so that would actually be Monday or Tuesday. I was
Either
wrong.
But yeah, and my Wizards
Yeah.
just made a big
Starts
signing, so
Tuesday.
it's cool.
2. You said the Wizards did what?
Wizards re-signed Bradley Beal to a massive contract.
All right, wrong decision, but all right, we'll get into that next week.
True. Anyway.
All right, again, thanks guys for watching. You had Dan, Ryan, Cole, and Austin.
Bye.
We'll
See
see
ya.
y'all next week.